Alright, hello there ladies and gentlemen, Moletrap here, coming at you with Game 2 of the MSL Finals between Zero and Flash. Tons of folks here in the crowd. Little Team Liquid shout-out sign there. Huge crowd at the MSL Finals. I unfortunately left Korea about 2 days before the MSL Finals, so I could not attend in person. I was actually pretty disappointed by that, but I actually got my plane tickets like months ago, in advance, and I didn't know when anything was happening, so I just kind of arbitrarily set it for a cheap date. And just happened to be on a Thursday, which was 2 days before the Saturday of the MSL Finals. Would have loved to have been there, cheering my boy Zero on in person again, as like I said, I was able to a couple times during the, I can't remember if it was the round 16 or the round of 8. I think it was the round of 8 against Calm. And yeah, so that was awesome times. Getting to go to the MSL in general though, so cool to go there and see it in person. I got to see Flash in person. I saw his round of 32 group where he did pretty well. If you remember. Beating Bisu and then losing to Jaedong and then beating Bisu, if I remember correctly. That was the group of death. Anyway, Game 2 on La Mancha. I am unfortunately not terribly familiar with this map. I apologize. But we're going to get underway here in just a moment. Game 2 of the MSL Finals. Zero versus Flash. I am so hoping that Zero can pull out a win here. It's the epic intro again. I actually got into the standard ABC Mart MSL intro that they used because when I went to the round of 32, I was in the audience and they got a shot of me like, you know, pumping my fist in the air that I was on camera and stuff, and they actually used it in the intro. That was kind of cool. So if you go back and look at the previous rounds, the intro series, there's like a 1/2 second shot of me in there. It's kind of fun. I am now a part of the MSL. I actually have a signed MSL shirt too. Unfortunately, it's by Stork instead of Zero. That would have been awesome to get Zero. I mean, not Stork. It would have been more meaningful for it to be Zero since he did get to the finals. I thought that with, you know, Bisu getting eliminated, a lot of good players getting eliminated early on, Stork would have a good chance at this, but he unfortunately got out in the round of 16 or something like that. Anyway, unfortunately, I'm sorry I haven't had time to follow the Brood War scene pretty much at all. So, a little bit out of context here, but other players, other people have casted this series, by the way. Nuke the Stars casted it, and I believe Deja Vu and Varoche, I think, casted this live as well. They wanted me to get involved, but I was busy at the time, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, I think I was out of town or something. Anyway, so this is Game 2. Zero's gonna have to pull it out. Something special here to beat Flash. It looks like on this map you have a ramp down to an expansion. It looks like Flash is going to go ahead and wall off the choke outside of the expansion, so he's gonna secure his expansion very quickly and safely. We're gonna see if he goes for another 14 command center or another fast command center. That was basically his undoing at a certain point in his career. Flash was beating everyone and was doing it in just dominant fashion, but got a little too cocky. He's going to go for barracks first and started going command center first like almost every game, just figuring, heck, I'm so good I can pull this off easy, and people just started rushing him and beating him. So, anyway, wow, look at the stats on this map. TVZ 19-10 in favor of the Terran. There's a couple members of the Munjin team, I believe. Oh man, I should recognize those guys. I haven't been doing too much Brood War stuff. I apologize again. Anyway, so some fans in the office, of course, they have to cover their face. Because like patting her hair, he's like, yeah, it's okay. Anyway, so Flash going with the barracks first this time. Probably gonna get a very fast command center regardless, though. May wall off with a depot and then go ahead and get a command center. May wait to get a scouting. Once he scouts Zero's base, then he's gonna be able to know what's going on a little bit more. And there he goes. He makes a marine, runs it back behind that wall, re-lands the wall. So no pressure going to be able to put on. Zero's not going to be able to put any pressure on here, basically. Unfortunately, well, I mean, he went for 12 hatch, and there's the third hatchery inside of his base as well. So it looks like we're going to probably see a 3-hatch Muta build again. And Flash sees all. SCV in here. He's going to see the third base. Zerglings are going to come out here pretty soon and chase that SCV away, though. So it's not going to be too big of a deal. Anyway, so yeah, Zero really in a tough spot here. Flash knows he can lift that. Sometimes it's a little dangerous to lift that barracks to let your Marines in. Ooh, engineering bay. Very fast engineering bay from Flash, actually. And this indicates he's probably going to go for a quick timing attack off of, I believe he's made an expansion, right? We're going to have to double check. If he hasn't made an expansion, this is super tricky. Oh, almost catching an Overlord out in the open there. But he's probably going to go for +1 weapons and go for a timing attack where he gets an early attack upgrade and goes in with just a lot of Marines early on and catches Zero off guard. And this could be bad for Zero because he is not going to... Okay, he does have an expansion up, as I thought he probably should have. Let's see, yeah, researching +1 already. So he's going to be able to go up with a pretty strong attack. He's producing several Marines. He's going to, well, he's going to need to put down a couple more barracks if he's really going to make use of this timing. Maybe it's not what I'm thinking it is, but Zero getting his second gas already. It's just going to go for, let's see if he can sneak in. Zerglings, Zerglings failed by not holding the ramp, and the SCV does get in. He's going to see exactly what's going on. It's going to scout the lair and continue to run around. Would have been pretty cool if he'd able to catch those Zerglings on the, catch that SCV on the ramp with his Zerglings. So there we go. Actually, nothing upgrading at the academy right now. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe he's going to go for a 1-1 or something like that. 1-1 timing? I don't know. A little bit strange. Medics are out as well. He might just put on pressure here as well. We're going to find out pretty soon what he's going to do. He's just only got a second barracks in his main goal. There's a third finally. So he's going to be able to put on a lot of Marines here pretty soon, but he hasn't been able to pump out a ton yet, so it means he's been putting out a lot of economies, putting out a lot of SCVs instead. So his economy is going to be in really good shape. It looks like Zero has not made very many Zerglings either. So... or he's not made many Zerglings, so he's also been making a lot of economy. And a fourth barracks in the main base, making a total of 5 barracks. So Flash is going to be going for a major timing, and that guy's wearing a huge Flash mask, I believe. That was kind of crazy, actually. So yeah, Flash is going to go for a big timing here. He's researching Stim. He's probably already got +1 weapons. He may be going for +1 armor now as well, given the rate of that engineering bay. And this is going to be really hard, but he's got a little wall there stopping his units from getting away, and the medics are just too healy, though, and are able to stop those Zerglings from doing too much damage to those units trapped outside the wall. And he can't really dare lift that barracks right now. Actually, there may be a gap there. I'm not sure if there's a gap there that he's plugging up with units, but he can't really lift that barracks just in case. He doesn't want Zerglings to run by there. Spire is up. Zero has several Mulisks in the making right now, but Flash is about ready to go with his huge push here. I'm going to wait and see if we can get a... next time we click on a Marine, I want to check the upgrades and see what upgrades Flash is at. See if he's at the 1-1 or not. There's a battle going on a little bit. He finally lifts that barracks so that all of his units can start pouring out. Still 0-0 on those Marines, actually. Their +1 just finished moments ago. So maybe, I guess he just started the +1 later than I expected. It might have been what happened there. But anyway, Mulisks are on the way. 3-hatch Muta build here, coming out with a lot of Mulisks. They're going to try and do some harassment. Now, he does have a pretty strong economy going on right now, so if he can just hold things off with this, he'll be fine. The intention is to delay those Marines, keep them back as long as he can, and keep Flash in his base, basically. Make sure he can't move out, doing a little bit of harassment there, but Flash is not being deterred. He's moving out into the middle of the map with this large group of +1 Marines. Now, Zero... the idea of these Mulisks is he's buying time to get lurkers up and defend his third base, which is up. And he's not really buying any time. Flash is still moving all the way across the map here. very close to Zero's third. Going in, oh, taking some major damage, only picking off a single Marine there. He needs to be more careful and maybe send in some Zerglings if he's going to attack with the Mulisks. A lot more, a second round of Marines is rallying across the map. Actually, if those Marines gather up with that main group there, he could just bust Zero down. He's starting to tech as well, just in case in the background. He's going to need science vessels if there's lurkers. Well, I guess he could just try and scan if he gets close enough, but Flash just holding this position here. Tons of Zerglings coming in from all directions. He's trying to get a surround. The Mutalisk diving and doing tons of damage. The reinforcement Marines come in, but a little bit too late. All his Marines have been obliterated from the initial force, and it's only the reinforcement Marines that are there. The medics are still alive, though, so that means he's going to have additional healing power with that army. So those Marines are going to be pretty buff. A couple Zerglings running in just so those Mutalisks can get a couple extra pot shots. Looks like Zero's going to lose an Overlord if he's not careful, and possibly a random drone sitting over there. Microing these Mutalisks for dear life, because his life is on the line. If these Marines catch up to those medics and do a push here, he could lose his third base, and that would be horrible. He's doing some really good micro here, though, with the Mutalisk. Diving in with the Mutalisk, trying to do some damage, picking off more Marines, more and more Marines. And there's the Lurker morphing in the middle of the map. It doesn't look like it's going to finish, though. Flash is going to camp right on top of it with his Marines. Zero going in, trying to harass those Marines with his Mutalisks so that he can try and buy time for the Lurker to hatch, but more Marines charging into the third base, killing. Is he going to be able to burrow in? He just barely burrows in 7 hit points on that Lurker, but it's too late for the drones at the third of Zero. They are all dead, and that was 5 or 6 drones. Zero at least holds on to the base, though, and wow, such a tense moment there. Zero barely holding on. Flash now producing lots of factors, though, getting ready to get his siege tanks out so he can siege up on those Lurkers. He may have a starport somewhere as well, I'm not sure, but I haven't seen it. +1 armor is now up as well for Flash, so he has 1-1 Marines, which is going to be pretty solid. We'll try and check the upgrades that Zero has. I know he doesn't have Carapace yet. Actually, does he even have an Evo Chamber? I'm not certain. Oh, Lurker's getting caught out in the open! Whoa, one dies, the other is at 4 hit points. These Mutalisks are desperately trying to save those Lurkers, trying to bait those Marines into those Lurkers as well. Both Lurkers very badly damaged. And, sorry about the lag issues here, by the way. My computer is for some reason having a tough time today with, processing this. Anyway, so Zero, yeah, he is just in deep trouble right now. Flash is still putting a lot of pressure on him, and I think he still has that third base up at the left side. I can't really see. Oh, nice. The Mutalisk coming around from the back to cut off reinforcements, but this could be bad, though, because his Mutalisks are out of position. Okay, he does have that third base, I believe. Okay, now Vulture's coming in to harass the third base, though. More drones going down. Zerglings running in as well to try and deal with that, and Mutalisk are going to chase off those